Hello, and welcome to the Great Green Game. I'm here with Molkie, and we're so glad that you joined us. We can't wait to jump into our exciting sustainability themed questions. We hope you've brought your competitive spirit and knowledgeable brains, because we'll be testing them.
Yes. Now, you're probably wondering how this is going to work. So the first things you're going to need are a piece of paper to write your answers on, and then a pen or a pencil. So paper and pen to write the answers for the quiz. We're going to take you through 20 questions, and we're going to give you a short moment after each one of them to think about the answer, and we'll repeat the question for you. What we're going to do is we're going to do it in 5 rounds. We're going to do the first 3 rounds, then have a break, and then give you the answers. And then we're going to finish with the final 2 rounds, and then give you the answers, and we'll see who is our sustainability champion.
Cool. So play together in a team or go head to head with your friends. We don't really mind, except we have one rule, and that's no cheating. So no Googling and no copying. Is that all clear? We've got a lot to get through, so let's go. The first round is the animal kingdom. So how much do you know about animals? Question 1. What is the current population of the Sumatran elephants? So we've got 3 options here. A, 400 to 600. B, 1,000 to 1,400. Or C, 2,400 to 2,800. We do have a hint for this question. So the WWF have classed these elephants as critically endangered. Does that help you? So the question is, what is the current population of Sumatran elephants? Is it A, B, or C?
I mean, I might have a silly question here, Katya, but what makes a Sumatran elephant different to other elephants?
I think it's because they live in Sumatra. That's what makes them Sumatran elephants.
Solid. Bam, it's me. Question is, what kind of animal can be long-beaked, short-beaked, rough-toothed, or bottle-nosed? So we've got 4 sort of adjectives for this animal, or names for it. What kind of animal can be long-beaked, short-beaked, rough-toothed, or bottle-nosed?
So this animal has a beak, is that right?
Probably not. I don't want to give too much away.
It's a tricky one. What can have a long beak and a short beak? I guess we'll find out when we do the answers.
I was going to say, don't milk me for answers. We're only on question 2.
It's true. All right, should we move on to number 3?
Yes.
So, number 3 is, in meters, how far can a tiger leap? So, number 3 is, in meters, how far can a tiger leap?
Have you ever met a tiger, Katya?
I don't think I have. Have you?
I did once. Do you want to hear more?
Yeah, tell me the story.
It was sort of around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then this tiger came round for tea.
Oh,
Classic.
That's nice.
Classic. Classic. Did you know that they have unique identifying stripes?
I didn't know that. That's very interesting.
But you know, don't stare at one too much in case it takes a disliking to you. Be careful. On question 4.
Let's go.
What is a beluga? Did I get that right?
Yes, I think so.
I don't know what it is. What is a beluga? I'll tell you what, it's a good noise. Beluga. It's like a cartoon horn.
That is not the answer to this question, though.
Not a horn.
No.
I wonder if that could have a long beak, short beak. Probably not. It's probably not the answer.
Let's not mix things up. Right, I think that's the end of round 1.
What could be next, Katya?
We'll do a quick question summary first.
Of course.
So, question 1 was, what is the current population of Sumatran elephants? Number 2 was, what kind of animal can be long-beaked, short-beaked, rough-toothed or bottlenose?
Oh, such a
Number 3 is, in meters, how far can a tiger leap? And number 4 is, what is a beluga?
beluga.
Right, round 2,
On to round 2.
climate change.
Jinx, double jinx.
So question 5 was, which part of the atmosphere screens out the harmful radiation from the sun? That's a tricky one. So which part of the atmosphere screens out the harmful radiation from the sun? Molkie, what do you know about radiation and the atmosphere?
The sun radiates heat that heats up our planet and the oceans, and it causes evaporation and the water cycle and the rain. And the solar panels on my camper van create electricity using solar radiation.
That's a lot of information.
And I don't get a good suntan because I am half Irish.
Yeah, that's also a nice fun fact.
Yep. Cheeky Brucey bonus.
So number 5 was, which part of the atmosphere screens out the harmful radiation from the sun? Let's move on to number 6.
Number 6. According to Conservation International, how many people worldwide are vulnerable to climate change? Now, we're going to give you a little bit of help. We're going to say to the nearest 50 million people. So that means you can choose a fairly round number. It's the nearest 50 million people. So the question is, according to Conservation International, how many people worldwide are vulnerable to climate change? And it'd be to the nearest 50 million people. So 50 million, 100 million, 150 million.
50 million is already quite a lot of people.
I wouldn't want to count them. Deal with their passports. Stamp gone, stamp gone, stamp gone.
So that was number 6. Let's move on to number 7.
7.
How much of the Earth's land area is covered with glacial ice? So we have 3 options for you. So A, 10%, B, 15%, or C, 20%. So that's how much of the Earth's land area is covered with glacial ice. So how much of Earth's land is actually ice? Is it 10%? Is it 15% or 20?
Went to Iceland once.
Was it icy?
Yeah.
Okay, number 8.
Number 8, me. What was the record-breaking temperature that was recorded in California on the 16th of August, 2020? So this year, was it 54.4 degrees Celsius, 57.2, or 59.6? So what was the record-breaking temperature recorded in California on the 16th of August, 2020?
Those are all very hot temperatures, none of which I want to be in.
Yeah, that'd be horrible. This was recorded in Death Valley in California, and they may have experienced the hottest recorded temperature on Earth since 1913. But what was the exact temperature? It's one of those 3. You got quite a good chance.
Cool. I think that's the end of that round. Let's quickly go over the questions in case you miss any. So number 5 was, which part of the atmosphere screens out the harmful radiation from the sun? Number 6 was, according to Conservation International, how many people worldwide are vulnerable to climate change? Number 7, how much of Earth's land area is covered with glacial ice? And number 8, what was the record-breaking temperature that was recorded in California on the 16th of August, 2020? Right, are we ready to rock and roll to the 3rd round?
Yes.
Round 3 is waste and pollution.
No, it's a bad one.
So question number 9. True or false? Food waste is a huge emitter of greenhouse gases. So the statement, food waste is a huge emitter of greenhouse gases. Is that true or is it false? Molkie, how much do you know about food waste? What is food waste?
It's when you leave stuff on your dinner plate and don't eat it later, put it in the bin, or when they do like industrial food production and then they throw away bits of it, that could be food waste. Or if things go out of date, that could be food waste. And we choose not to eat it.
Yeah.
How am I doing? And a banana. A banana could also be food waste.
The banana skin could be food waste as well.
Yeah, I don't tend to eat them. Do you?
Nope. Can't say I do.
Into the compost bin it goes.
Right. Let's move on to number 10.
Number 10. Oh, 3 words. What are microplastics? I think your answer might be longer than this question. So that's number 10. What are microplastics?
The question is nice and simple. The answer may not be so.
I'm trying to think of what I can say without giving the game away. This is a tricky one.
Let's move on to number 11. Another true or false? True or false? 21 of the world's 30 most polluted cities are in India. So that's out of the 30 most polluted cities, 21 of them are in India. Is that true or is it false? What do you know about pollution, Molkie? I think this is talking about air pollution specifically, this question.
I know that the decrease in international travel, along with fewer people commuting to work during the global pandemic of coronavirus, has reduced the amount of pollution in our airs. Kapow. Write that down in the textbook.
Let's move on to number 12.
Number 12. This is an unusual question. How long does it take for glass to decompose? Glass. We never think about it decomposing, but it does. So how long does it take to decompose? Is it 500 years? Is it 170,000 years? Or 1 million years? So how long does it take for glass to decompose, break down into its bits and pieces? Is it 500 years, 170,000 years, or C, 1 million years? Oof, it's a long time to think about, isn't it?
It's true. And if you don't know the answer, you may as well just guess it.
Yeah, or put D. You never know, we might be playing a trick.
Okay, I think that brings us to the end of round 3.
Oh, I feel like we should repeat the questions again, Katya.
Let's do that, just in case if anyone missed them. Number 9 was true or false? Food waste is a huge emitter of greenhouse gases. Number 10 was, what are microplastics? Number 11 was true or false? 21 of the world's 30 most polluted cities are in India. And number 12 that we just had was, how long does it take for glass to decompose?
Well, there's 12 good questions to start the game with, Katya.
So what happens next? Half time. So we'll give you a few moments to go over your answers and fill any gaps that you may have.
Maybe make a cup of tea, eat an orange slice. Make sure you don't miss the next bit, which we're jumping straight into. Katya, I'd like to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
What's your one favorite piece of advice for someone who wants to become more sustainable?
Interesting question. I think I would say I would encourage them to invest in reusable versions of things. So for instance, handkerchiefs or reusable carrier bags. And if you're fond of shopping in general, then I would urge you to buy secondhand because it's usually far cheaper and it's better for the environment.
Oh, all the charity shops and good practice
charity
if you ever want to become a student at university.
What would your piece of advice be?
Oh, it would have to be, and if you're going to limit me to one, I think it's always try and focus on the things that you can do rather than get paralyzed by fear or apathy or worry that you can't do something. I mean, look at Greta. She was just one person and it ballooned out and became a big thing. Or take the stuff that we do at People Power. We support each other in having ideas and how we might change our local area and then support each other in making them happen. And it just ripples out from there. So I think, look at the things you can do and then do them.
That's very wholesome advice. Should we get back to the answers then?
Oh, I've got so much more advice to give, but yes, let's move on to the answers.
Excellent. Okay. So question number 1 in the animal kingdom round was, what is the current population of Sumatran elephants? And the answer is 2,400 to 2,800. So that was answer C.
They tried to trick us there by, that critically endangered thing. I didn't know what the number was for critically endangered.
Apparently, there was a recent dramatic drop in their numbers, and this was largely due to their habitat loss, as deforestation ravaged through Sumatra's Riau province to provide for the paper and pulp industry, as well as make way for the palm plantations. And Molkie, did you know that these elephants can grow up to 9 feet tall and 20 feet long?
I think we both know I didn't, because I didn't even know what a Sumatran elephant was.
It's true. Should we roll on to question 2?
Let's dive into question 2. What kind of animal can be long-beaked, short-beaked, rough-toothed, or bottlenose? Good gestures. It's a dolphin. And that's why we dove into question 2 right there.
Excellent.
Bottlenose dolphins especially can be found around the coast of the UK, although sightings have dramatically fallen in the past 20 years. Maybe they're on holiday in the Bahamas. I don't know.
Who knows? Question 3. Back to the tiger. In meters, how far can a tiger leap? And the answer is 5 whole meters.
Oh.
That's 2.8 times the height of David Attenborough. I mean, it's definitely far more than I can jump.
Oh, give yourself credit. I reckon, with a bit of training, you'd get there.
If you say so. Number 4.
What is a beluga? And it is a type of whale. They have a bulbous forehead called a melon, which is flexible and able to change shape. Well, giving them the ability to make various facial expressions. Can you demonstrate some facial expressions, Katya? Beluga. Yeah, definitely. Belugas are extremely sociable mammals that live, hunt, and migrate in pods, ranging from just a few individuals to hundreds of the massive families.
That's really interesting. Jumping into the next round. Which part of the atmosphere screens out the harmful radiation from the sun? The answer is, of course, the ozone layer.
Oh, yes, the classic 90s boy band.
Not quite. So although we need some of the sun's radiation to live, too much of it can be damaging for living things. And so this layer can shield us, this ozone layer can shield us from the harmful radiation, which is why it's important to look after it. Question 6.
How many people worldwide are vulnerable to climate change? And we asked you to do this to the nearest 50 million people. The answer is 800 million people. That's 11% of the world's population. And what do we mean by vulnerable to climate change? Well, that means they're vulnerable to droughts, floods, heat waves, and extreme weather events and rises in the sea level.
It's a lot of humans.
It's more than I'd want to count again.
Number 7. How much of the Earth's land area is covered with glacial ice? The answer is 10%, which is a fair amount. As we all know, climate change causes this ice to melt, which then means that sea levels rise, as you've just mentioned. Okay. And this then poses many different threats to humans as well as animals and their natural habitats. So it's important to keep the ice as ice. Okay, question 8.
What was the record-breaking temperature that was recorded in Death Valley in California on the 16th of August 2020? And the answer was A, 54.4 degrees. Not hot enough to roast a chicken, but definitely hot enough to make you feel uncomfortable.
Definitely. Let's move on to question 9.
I've got no more facts for that question.
Question 9. True or false? Food waste is a huge emitter of greenhouse gases. The answer is true. This unlikely felon is a huge emitter of greenhouse gases. And this is because the food that is wasted, that ends up at landfill, it usually rots and it emits a gas called methane, which is more dangerous than carbon dioxide, apparently. So some ways to avoid this is to, for instance, avoid producing food waste in the first place by just buying what you know you can eat. Or secondly, as Molkie has mentioned earlier today, is you can have a compost bin where the food goes and rots in a special place rather than rotting in landfill. Do you have a compost bin, Molkie?
Yep, I open the window and out go the vegetables, and that's where it goes.
Throw it in your garden.
No, I have a compost bin at the bottom of my garden.
Excellent. I'd like to hear that. Question 10.
Question 10.
Your favorite?
What are microplastics? They are tiny pieces of plastic, often less than 1/5 of an inch. If anyone knows what 1/5 of an inch is, we're producing so much plastic, it's breaking down, it just fractures into smaller and smaller and smaller pieces without actually changing what it is. It's been found in all four corners of the earth, and it's thought to be in the air, in the soil. It gets into the food chain and the ecosystem, and what looked like beautiful glitter at the beginning is now just in our ecosphere.
Question 11. Another true or false? 21 of the world's 30 most polluted cities are in India. The answer is true.
True.
Yeah, so the top spot is actually taken by a city called Ghaziabad, and the other two countries that featured in this list of 30 most polluted cities are Pakistan and China.
Mm-hmm. Katya, could you name those 21 cities for us, please?
No, I can't, I'm afraid.
We just don't have that much time. Sorry.
No, afraid not. And I don't have them on the top of my head. Next time I'll learn them off by heart. Question 12.
How long does it take for glass to decompose? We gave you the options of 500 years, 170,000, or 1,000,000 years, and it was C, 1,000,000 years. That's more days than I would like, or years than I would like to count.
Me too. Okay, so back to the questions.
Back to the questions. What number would that make us on, Katya?
We're on round 4 and we're on question 13.
Oh, unlucky for some.
So round 4 is about nature. And question 13 is, what is the name of the process where plants convert sunlight into energy? So what is the name of the process where plants convert sunlight into energy?
Would you like to be able to do that? Make your own Fujis in the sun?
I think that would be nice, yeah.
You'd have
Just
to be green.
sit in the sun all day and soak it in. That'd be nice.
Katya, do you want to come out and play? No, just making dinner before the sun goes down.
Question 14.
That's me. In which mountain range are the world's tallest active volcanoes located? So, in which mountain range? We're looking for the name of the mountain range of the world's tallest active volcanoes located.
Molkie, do you know of any active volcanoes at all?
No, I don't. I've really let my volcano studies lapse since I got a job. So I really need to get back into it. I've got the textbooks and I'm going to read them before I go to bed tonight.
Okay, good.
I mean, I won't even ask you because I know you know the answers.
Yeah. Let's move on, shall we? Question 15. Why might not mowing the lawn help the bees? So why might not mowing your lawn, so not cutting your grass, why might that help the bees?
Gives them a little forest to play in. Oh, imagine a bee forest. That'd be lovely. You ever pet a bee, Katya?
Maybe a bumblebee, they're quite fluffy.
I would like to.
Maybe one day.
When they are plentiful again, they'll be like, come stroke us. And be like, yeah, bumblebees.
How often do you mow your lawn, Molkie?
At the moment, it is about 20 centimeters long, so not very often. And there's something living in the lawn because there's a big hole and a soil patch in front of it.
Like a fox or?
Smaller than a fox, bigger than a vole. And I don't know. I have to get a camera.
Cool. So let's move on to question 16. This was a tricky one.
The last one in our round. I'm going to sit on my hands so that I don't gesture the answers away. Stalagmites and stalactites. One hangs from the ceiling. The other, inverted commas, grows from the ground. But which is which? So which one hangs from the ceiling? Which one grows? And they're stalagmites and stalactites. Which one is which?
And just to clarify, stalagmites and stalactites are rock formations which are made from minerals and are found in limestone caves. Isn't that cool? So one of them hangs from the ceiling, the other one grows from the ground. But which one's which?
I wonder what you call it if they grow into each other.
I think there is a name for it, but I don't remember it.
It's not on the quiz sheet.
No.
It's easy to be clever when you've got all the answers.
It's true. This is why I'm the quiz master. Cool. So that takes us to the end of that round.
How quickly the time passes.
So a quick summary of the questions. Question 13 was, what is the name of the process where plants convert sunlight into energy? 14 is, in which mountain range are the world's tallest active volcanoes? 15, why might not mowing the lawn help the bees? And number 16, which we've just had, stalagmites and stalactites. One hangs from the ceiling, the other one grows from the ground. But which one's which?
I think I got that one. I think I know that one. That's why I had to sit on my hands.
Right. Should we move on to the next round?
The final round.
Round 5, energy and water.
Yes.
Question 17. Where in your home would you install a Hippo device? It's got nothing to do with hippos, by the way, but I wanted to include the photo anyway. Because actual Hippo devices aren't as pretty as this guy. So, where in your home would you install an actual Hippo device, not a hippo?
Katya, did you know what the full name hippopotamus means?
No, I don't actually, Molkie.
Oh, neither do I. Joking. Actually means river horse.
Oh. Is it because it looks like a horse and lives in a river?
Probably. Should have looked on Wikipedia.
So the question was, where in your home would you install a Hippo device?
You ever hung out with a hippo?
No? Have you?
Yep. It's on a little boat in Uganda, and then the hippos popped out from underneath us, and then they swam, tried to fight with each other. We had to paddle out the way very quickly.
Wow.
It's quite thrilling.
Scary?
Dangerous.
So moving away from hippos and on to question 18.
What is this? Did I say that right? What is
Yes.
it? I feel like you deliberately cropped the photograph to make this look more difficult.
May or may not have done that.
Mm.
Molkie, what do you think this looks like? I was thinking it looks like the tiles on my bathroom floor.
Oh, that's good. They could be really low houses arranged in a grid in America or Australia or somewhere.
Yeah.
Dry. It's quite a deserty road between the buildings. Tell you what, the human imagination is. Whoa,
Right, let's move on to question 19. Which uses up more water, a 30-minute shower or a bath? So out of a 30-minute shower or a bath, which one uses up more water? Molkie, how often do you take a bath?
I try to do it more than once a year. Just, you get hot. You have to sit down. I'm not very good at sitting down. This is the longest I've sat down today. How often do you shower, Katya?
Sorry?
How often do you shower?
Usually every day?
Wow, got a clean freak over here.
So out of a 30-minute shower or a bath, which uses up more water? And on to the final question.
Here we go, guys. We've made it to the end. It's the final question. Get ready. Which of the following can you do to reduce the amount of energy you consume? It's got three choices. A, turn off the light when you leave a room. 2, or B, turn appliances off completely. Don't leave them on standby. Or C, buy low energy light bulbs. So which of the following can you do to reduce the amount of energy you consume? Turn off the light when you leave a room. Turn appliances off completely. Don't leave them on standby now. Or buy low energy light bulbs. Which of them can you do?
Cool. I think that brings us to the end.
Oh no, so sad.
But we'll do a quick recap of the final round here.
Oh, thank goodness.
So question 17 was, where in your home would you install a Hippo device?
Water horse.
River horse.
River horse.
18. Question 18, there was an image on the screen and we wanted to know what it was.
It's houses in Australia.
Question 19 asked, which uses up more water, a 30-minute shower or a bath? And question 20, which of the following options, we gave you 3 options. For question 20, we gave you 3 options and we want to know which ones could you do in order to save energy.
And then do them. Time's up! Whoa, reverb. Echo.
Cool, so I think we should go through the answers for the final 2 rounds.
You sure you don't want to leave them hanging?
I think we
Come
should
back
probably
this
give away
time
the
next
answers.
week.
Right.
Let's hit them with it.
So nature round, the first question in nature round was, what is the name of the process where plants convert sunlight into energy? And the answer is, of course, Photosynthesis. In this process, plants remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and replace it with oxygen. And this is one important reason why plants are so crucial in fighting global warming. Did you know that, Molkie?
I had no idea even what a plant was.
Now you do.
It's a great quiz.
Question 14.
In which mountain range are the world's tallest, most active volcanoes located? And the answer obviously is the Andes. Now, the tallest active volcano on the Earth is
It's called the Ojos del Salado,
which also happens to be Chile's tallest peak at 6,893 meters.
That's really tall.
Pretty tall. Great.
Question 15. Why might not mowing the lawn help the bees? And there could be a number of reasons for this, such as preserving habitat. But the one we've kind of gone for is because it allows wildflowers to grow in the lawn, and these are crucial for bees. So flowers have nectar and pollen, and these give bees the nutrients they need, and the pollination that the bees do helps our crops grow. So that means that we could eat. So it's really crucial to leave flowers for the bees.
My housemate has some flowers and she has a ladybird hibernating in them now.
Very lovely.
Just a little fact for you guys there. Right, stalagmites and stalactites. One hangs from the ceiling, the other grows from the ground, but which is which? A stalagmite grows from the ground and a stalactite grows from the ceiling. And the clever way to remember this is that stalagmites grow mightily from the ground and stalactites stick tight to the ceiling, or are like a pair of tights with dangly legs.
Yeah, whatever floats your boat. Right, moving on to question 17, the final round.
Energy and water.
So where in your home would you install a Hippo device? And the answer is in the toilet, in the cistern more specifically, which is the tank. So apparently these things can save up to 2.5 litres every time you flush.
Who knew toilets were so thirsty?
Question 18.
What is this? They are solar panels, because this is an energy and water round. And solar panels use the sunlight and convert it into electrical energy that we can use. And we call this renewable energy because the sun doesn't get used up. It will keep doing it as long as we're around.
Great stuff. Question 19. Which uses up more water, a 30-minute shower or a bath? The answer is, surprisingly, a 30-minute shower. It's actually more eco-friendly to have a bath than if you shower for 30 minutes.
30 minutes is a long time to shower. I'd run out of songs to sing.
Alrighty, let's move on to the last question.
Oh, must we? The final one? Oh, okay.
You can do it.
Which of the following can you do to reduce the amount of energy you consume? You can turn off the light when you leave a room, turn appliances off completely, don't leave them on standby, or C, buy low energy light bulbs. And the answer is all three of them. It was almost a trick question. You needed to have your wits about you there to realize what we were trying to do to you. But yes, you can turn off the lights when you leave a room. That's saving the electricity. Turn the appliances off completely because they still use electricity even when they're on standby. And you can buy low energy light bulbs, which are often LEDs these days, and bam, you've got beautiful light.
Nice one.
Oh, that's it, folks. We're done. Thank you for joining our great green game. We've hoped you enjoyed yourself. You've learned something along the way and, you know, got to hang out with myself and Katya.
And now that we're armed with all these interesting sustainable facts, Let's go and create a world where accurate information about climate change is widely available to all. And let's all continue on our journey to learn more about the natural world and the effect that global warming has on it. And let's not forget to call on our leaders to ensure that children are being taught the importance of protecting the planet in schools.
I tell you what, Katya, I couldn't have said that better myself. So it's a goodbye from me, and it's a goodbye from Katya, and it's a goodbye from our great green game. Goodbye now.
Bye.
Goodbye. Yep. Yeah, you can. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye now.